You're trying to push this effort on community policing as well as guns. What's different now? What do you think will have the teeth to change the tide that hasn't been changed before in the coming years?
Different now, do you mean different from a different period of time, or different from?
Community policing was in place during the Clinton years. It was taken away. There was conversation about it in many years prior, and now you're bringing it back again. So you're bringing the issue back again. What teeth do you believe that will have, and do you believe that that could become a reality again? I mean, I understand different police departments can do what they want, but you're trying to make an overall sweeping push for police departments across the nation to make this difference. What's different now that will make this tide change?
Well, I would say one difference now is that it's become a politically charged issue when it wasn't historically. And if you look back, community-oriented policing services historically had been supported by liberal Democrats, civil rights groups, including the NAACP, and over the course of time. And that has always been the case. I would say we're not suggesting, the president isn't suggesting it's the silver bullet. A central part of his remarks and his announcement tomorrow will be about addressing gun violence, which he thinks is a significant driver in violence in our communities and cities across the country. And as you know, April, there are laws that were in place, the assault weapons ban, others that are no longer in place. There are also additional guns, ghost guns, and others that were not a reality just a few years ago. So there are some laws he'd like to go back to and some that he'll continue to work to update.
But again, what's different now? I mean, you've got the powerful NRA, you've got Republicans who, anytime you touch anything about guns, they feel like you're taking their rights away. What's different now? Where do you think the tide will turn on this?
Are you asking me about the politics of now, or the
politics and, this moment in time? Why do you believe that you have a chance to make a dent when Democrats didn't have it before?
Well, I would just say here's how the president sees this. There's been rising crime in cities for the last 18 months, if not before that. Yes, there needs to be reforms of police systems across the country. The president is a firm believer in that. But there are also steps he can take as president of the United States to help address and hopefully reduce that crime. A big part of that, in his view, is putting in place gun safety measures, using, even as Congress is not moving forward currently, using the bully pulpit, but also using levers at his disposal as president. Go ahead.
I guess I'll take another stab at that, to use a phrase, sir. What's different for Joe Biden? 30 years ago, he was chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, wrote a crime bill, addressed this issue. What has he learned since then, and what can we look tomorrow that might be the same or different?
Well, I would say first on the campaign, the president said that some parts of the bill worked and some areas did not work. There are also steps he took as senator when he introduced or supported legislation, I should say, to address the disparities in drug sentencing laws. So he's taken some specific actions over time in areas where he doesn't think worked as well. There are some components of that legislation he supported at the time, including the 10-year ban on assault weapons, including the support for the Violence Against Women Act, and including the support for community policing programs that he has been a long-time advocate for, and I think you will see continuity in terms of his support for those initiatives moving forward.
You said that he aims to build on the announcements he's made. Is there anything we should expect to hear tomorrow that we haven't heard before?
Stay tuned. Can't tell you everything, otherwise you won't come tomorrow. Go ahead.